Hasei B'Yisaya Kiseyav La'olamin Yevitz Nor Bitzor Hachayamin E Nishmata Adonai Hu Na Shalata B'Yanu Ach B'Shalom Al Mishkaba B'Noma Amen. That was a mouthful. Now in English, it is God, full of mercy, who dwells above, give rest on the wings of the divine presence amongst the holy, pure, and glorious, who shine like the sky to the soul of Elaine, daughter of, I don't know her father's name, for whom prayer was
Harry. Mm-hmm.
Harry, same as mine, whom prayer was offered in the memory of her soul. Therefore, the merciful one will protect her soul forever and will merge her soul with eternal life. The everlasting is her heritage, and she shall rest peacefully at her lying place. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Okay, now I'm going to do the mourner's Kaddish in phonetic Hebrew. Yit Gaval v'yit, most of you have probably heard this. Yit Gaval v'yit Kadash Shemai Rabbah Ba'alma Devra Shiru Tu v'yam lech malchu ute v'chai yeshon uvuyu meishon uval she'yi dechol bet Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru amen. Yehi Shemai Rabbah mevach la'alam u'al mai al maya. Yit Bagash v'yit Tabash, v'yit Ba'ah, v'yit Roman, v'yit Nesle, v'yit Hada, v'yit Alev, v'yit Halal, Shemai Yiku, Disha Baruch Hu. Le'ela min kol b'shata v'shei rata, tush b'shata v'nei shei mata, da'ami ran ba'alma, v'imru amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'shayim aleinu, v'al kal Yisrael. Imrum Amen. Osei Shalom Bim Romav, Huya Aseh Shalom Aleinu, Ba'al Kol Yisrael, Imru Amen. Okay, that's it.
Wow. Well, thank you, Fern.
You're welcome.
I mean, thank you for translating the other one too. That was beautiful to understand. Fern was a very dear friend to Elaine, as all of you are, obviously. But I think that she's probably one of the last person that got to visit her, right? And got to see her in person.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I went up to the hospital when she was at Sloan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have Marcia, Elaine's sister, joining us, and Bob, her husband, which is very kind of them to join us. It's good to meet Elaine's family, and so they can see how much she was loved and appreciated, and what a big influence she was in our lives. So Marcia has prepared some things that she would like to share with us.
Well, I just have a couple of pictures. This is when we were very, very young. I was the young one, so if you can see it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's very pretty.
Wow, look at the smile. It's Elaine's smile.
Yeah. And then this one, we were, oh no, I'm sorry. That was the older one. This is even younger. I was the baby there.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well,
wow. So beautiful.
And then these are our parents when they were young, Jane and Harry. Can you see it? It's kind of a glare there.
But yeah, it has a little glare, but we can see.
Your mother was very beautiful.
They're beautiful, beautiful couples.
Yeah, Elaine had, my mother had brown eyes and Elaine had brown eyes. I had more blue eyes like my father had. Mm-hmm. So, and for what it's worth, this is us now. This was taken almost 2 years ago And it's Bob and I, though he's lost some weight, and our two girls and our son-in-law, Lawrence.
Very
Okay.
nice.
So those are Elaine's nieces.
Yeah.
Okay. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
It's Janice and Amy
Is
and
that your daughter
Lawrence.
who was getting married?
Yes, they were supposed to get married in Scotland
Right.
last summer, but of course they ended up having a Zoom wedding.
Yeah.
Everything got canceled, so they're okay. They're very happy, so that's what matters, you know.
Sure, sure. You can always go on a vacation or a honeymoon, but
Exactly, yeah. So of course now they live in Connecticut, so there's lots of snow for them, and
yeah.
you know, the Tallahassee girl goes north. And our other daughter lives in Arlington,
Okay.
right outside of Washington, D.C. So
can you share a story, an anecdote or something about when Elaine was younger?
when she was
No? Don't have any stories?
I remember when we moved when I was, I guess when we were both born, we lived in Upper Manhattan when we were children. And then when I was almost 6, my parents bought a house in Yonkers, New York. And that's where we grew up. And I remember going up there, watching the house being built. And when we finally moved in, I guess my mother wanted to keep us occupied so she could unpack. And in the downstairs room, she put a great big table, filled it with all our paper dolls.
Wow.
And we played with our paper dolls so we could stay out of her way, I guess. I remember that one, but we had I thought it was a good childhood in Yonkers. And unfortunately, our mother got very sick throughout most of my childhood. And she eventually died of cancer when I was 15 and
Wow.
Elaine was 19. So yeah, that was very sad. And what else? I do want to say that you probably all know that Elaine and I basically, this year, she didn't call me on my birthday, and I knew that something was wrong because she never missed. We called each other on our birthdays every year. And so she called the next day and she told me she had been in the hospital. And so I just want to thank the 3 people who got in touch with me to tell me that she was so sick. And for the last 5 months, I called her at least, well, most every day. And in the end, it was maybe every day, sometimes more than every day. And we really connected. And I know she really enjoyed it because she actually told me so. And it was very, very nice to talk to her and sometimes talk about things that had happened. And it was very meaningful to both of us. And I'm just very happy we had that time together. And maybe she was at peace when she went. And I FaceTimed with her twice at the hospice. And she was not, at that time she couldn't communicate. And it was very hard to see her like that. But at least, I got to talk to her in the final days. And that meant a lot. So.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you guys got to connect. I mean,
yeah.
She always talked about you. She did. we didn't met, but I know that she talked about her sister all the time. Okay, so let me see. So I think Valerie, would you like to be next?
Yes. I actually wrote a little something. I woke up at 4:30 the other morning and all I could think about was Elaine. So I took the opportunity to write my feelings about her. So I first met Elaine about 12 to 15 years ago, and I don't remember the exact date, but I definitely remember her. She was a constant presence at the meetups. And she was definitely a full-fledged Chihuahua girl, as I like to call us. For Elaine, it was all about the dogs. You could see it in her eyes and her actions. She would constantly shower me with gifts for Xena, clothing and toys, many of them custom made, embroidered with Xena's name. She was just so incredibly generous and kind. For years, and I enjoyed going to her meetups, and it was there that I formed closer bonds with many of you. One year, our relationship changed when she asked if I would paint a portrait of her beloved dog, Louie. Of course, I said yes. She was so easy to work with and gave me full freedom to paint whatever I wanted. I'll never forget how moved she was when she saw the final piece, and she never stopped telling me how much comfort the painting gave her now that Louie was gone. Over the years, I painted all 5 of her dogs, and she was so wonderfully supportive of me, and I was genuinely moved by how much these paintings meant to her. I couldn't thank her enough for her patronage. Elaine was a very complex woman, smart, very focused on what she loved, and what she loved were dogs, her dogs and our dogs. And she gave of herself in a selfless way that is a very rare and beautiful quality. I will miss her very much and will always remember her beautiful smile.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Valerie. We all know how generous Elaine was. And I like to think that probably the doggies are having a big party there in the Rainbow Beach. And they're having a lot of pizza. Remember? A lot of cake, a lot of pizza, big party. She's there, she's making a big party for them. I'm waiting for when it's our time. I am going to, let me see if I can do this. Please bear with me. I think I did a little collage with pictures of her. No, wait 1 second. I think I got the wrong one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to do the one for Elaine and the one for Felicia came out. Let me just see. And while the collage of photos go through, I am going to read something. Yeah, I'm going to read something that Estela sent for me to read for her. It says, or thought, I'm not able to join the Zoom Shiva for Elaine. I appreciate that Ada will read just a few words on my behalf. I wrote a tribute on my Facebook page and posted some photos of Elaine. When going through the photos on my computer, I came across one photo that I looked at and stopped at Remember That Day. I choose not to share that picture in my post, but it's a memory I thought I would share now. This was a picture of Elaine wearing her neck brace after her neck surgery. She had a meetup planned shortly after the surgery and was still recovering and wearing her neck brace. Not only that, but her knee was hurting as she hadn't been able to go to get her pain shot. I remember suggesting that she postpone the meetup till she was feeling better, but she wouldn't hear of it. She didn't want to disappoint anyone by canceling, so she prepared and packed up everything and held her meetup, wearing her neck brace and standing and walking on her painful knee. It was hard for her, but it made her happy to see everyone and enjoying the day with their dogs. And that was Elaine, determined, strong-willed, thinking of others. As difficult as it was so worth it to her. I remember after the meetup, we would talk and I would send her the photos, and all she really wanted to know was if everyone had a good time and I assure her they did. Elaine didn't have an easy life, but always did her best and wanted for others to enjoy life too. More and more, I realized what a tough cookie she really was, and I appreciate who she was and our friendship all the more. I had stopped going to meetups and events after Chico got sick, but Elaine and I stayed in touch. I am sorry that the past few years, when she was finally retired, were at times difficult for her, and especially the past few months. Although I miss her very much, I am glad her struggles are over, and I find comfort knowing she is at peace. I will always think of her and the fun and happy times. For that, I am thankful. I am glad I was able to be there for her during the hardest times too, as best as I could without being able to visit. Daily phone calls, sending little packages and treats in the mail, making some calls for her, and sometimes getting a little extra help for her at the hospital as needed. We often learn lessons in adversity, and I saw Elaine differently towards the end. As fragile as she was, she displayed an incredible amount of courage, strength, and grace under the circumstances. I was so blessed to know Elaine and to be friends with her for the past 10 years or so. Elaine was kind and a brave soul with a good heart. She was a very special person who is very much missed. May she rest in peace with the angels, and may her memory be a blessing. Love always, Estela. That was from her. She couldn't be with us, obviously. Let me see. I have next Erica. Erica and Kevin.
Go ahead.
Hi, come here, Kevin.
Ada, we didn't see the video.
You didn't see the video? Didn't come through?
It only
Oh,
one
I'm
picture,
sorry.
only the first picture.
Oh, okay, okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is a poem for Elaine. Walking down this block will never be the same for me. That is where Elaine would always be. I would always see her when I walked across 14th Street. I could never miss her shuffle, the way she slowly moved her feet. She will never be standing at my door with her bag of dog toys again. We will all miss her, who we called our Chihuahua friend. Maybe she is with Violet, Crystal, and Louie now at the Rainbow Bridge. But if she can hear us, she'll hear us say, "Oh, Elaine, you will be missed." Her parties, her love of dogs, her bright red hair. Elaine may be gone, but I still think she's there when I'm walking down 14th Street.
Oh, that's great.
The last time I saw her, I ran into her on 14th Street. My dog, who does not like people generally, went so crazy when he saw Elaine, wagging his tail, jumping all over her. And that's my last memory, seeing Elaine in person. So
It's nice.
Thank you, Erica. That's beautiful. We all have wonderful memories of Elaine. Mine are always at the meetup with the Chihuahua. And of course, I have her dogs now, so she'll be with me for a long, long time.
Yes.
But anyone else would like to say something?
I'd like to say something, Ada.
Yes, okay. Who's that? Oh, Carol?
It's Carol. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was always so amazed at her will to give and how her warmth always came across, and you know the way she was moving around that she wasn't feeling well, but yet she always managed to give, and the dogs, and she just loved the dogs, and you could see how much they loved her. And Ada, how fortunate she is to have a dear friend like you to give her comfort in her last moments, to know that her beloved puppies are well taken care of by such a dear friend like you, Ada. That's what I have to say.
This is something that we talked years back, way back, because she was always worried, like you are always worried. In a normal life, always worry, we're always thinking, you know, if something happened to me, what is going to happen to my dogs? What is going? And whenever we had that conversation, she talked that topic. You know, I wanted to give her comfort, and I told her, you know, I'll take the dogs. I never expected in a million years that that this was going to happen like this and so soon. I mean, really, you know, it's not something that I was looking for, but I mean, I really hope Fern helped me, and we were hoping, you know, that it was going to be just temporarily, and Elaine was going to recover, and she was going to be able to go home. I always motivated her through the dogs and told her, you have to get well and do well, because your babies are missing you. They, you know, they want to be home with mommy. And I know, I mean, that knowing that she didn't have to worry about them gave her a lot of peace. I remember when Felicia passed, she said she wanted me to read for all of you that for Felicia, you were a very good person and a great dog mother. And I think that right now the same applies to her. She was a really good person and an incredible dog mother, and even more a good friend. Like many of you know, like you all have expressed, she was very generous to all of us. To those that were closer, you were able to enjoy a good dinner at the Outback, her favorite place to go. She will always have doggy toys for all the dogs. I mean, she will have doggy toys for every meetup. I think she will have for her 2 meetup, for my meetup. And whenever she go to a meetup and she know that someone was having a dog event, she will come with bags of gifts and dogs and toys for everybody. Her parties were the best. And I mean, she's the only person that has surpassed my parties, because going to Elaine's party was, you know, you were going to be well fed and you were going to go home with a bag of goodies. It was like Christmas when she had a meetup. And then when it finished, she didn't want to take things home, and she would be, oh, you know, take this home. And I was like, no more. We have enough, you know. There was a point of time where I had to tell her all the time, no, I can't get anything more, Elaine. Thank you, you know, we can't anymore. It's too much. But thank you. But you know, that's how she showed us love and appreciation. She was always on the phone calling. She had her physical disabilities that became more prominent towards the end. But the interesting thing, and I think that this is where I agree with Estela when she said that Elaine was, you know, so full of courage. At some point, it felt like she was giving comfort to you instead of you giving comfort to her. Because she was more worried on your feelings, on what, you know, what you were thinking of what was happening, and she wanted to make sure that that it was okay. I got to say my goodbyes, and thanks to Sophia, I was able to direct my thoughts into a more positive way and help her give her peace and have a deeper love connection between us. And I told her, you know, like, not as a joke, but you know, as just to try to perk her up, you can say, you know, that we were going to do a swap. My vanilla had passed recently, and she was the love of my life. You all know that. And then I told her, listen, we're going to do a swap. You're gonna take care now of my vanilla over there. You're gonna watch my baby until it's my time to join you. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take care of your guys. Okay, that's so we'll do that promise to each other, and you know that make her smile a little, and she said yes. They said, well, you have Krista, you have Violet, you have a lot of doggies. I mean, the welcoming on the welcoming on heavens for you is going to be beautiful. So you know, and it was good to be able to talk to her about it, and you know, we cried together and we laughed together. But it was a good thing for me to go through, and I something that I will cherish for all my life. I also have you know, virtual visits that I did, and those I'm saving for myself. But you know, I have a lot of ways where Elaine is gonna be with me for a long, long time. and I think with all of us, you know, because she'll truly be missed very much. She'll truly be missed. Mm-hmm. So is there anyone else that would like to share a memory?
I'd like to say something.
Yeah, please, Blanche. She loved you very much.
Well, the funny thing is, I've known Elaine a long time, but we really became very close, oddly enough, about 5 or 6 years ago when she first became ill. And I would go to help her with her cancer treatments and bring her home and make sure she was okay. But we found we had really, really good interests together. We loved movies. We loved to go out and eat. We were both lived right near each other. We were both alone. So we became very good friends very quickly and just did so much together. And even Thanksgivings, we found a way to, we were always
She wanted to steal your dogs.
Oddly enough, she had enough at the time, so she didn't want mine. But she was always very good about it. She'd come to my apartment and play with them, and they were always happy to play with her. You know, dogs just loved Elaine. You know, she didn't understand it. Sometimes she goes, I don't know why, but they all love me. And, but it just, you know, it was like meant to be. I mean, you know, if she hadn't unfortunately had the first episode of cancer, I probably never would have been close with her, even though she lived so close by. And through, you know, helping her with that, we just sort of, and we were so close that way. We just realized we loved the same movies. We loved to go out and eat. And the funny thing with Elaine was we'd go to the Outback and we'd order both 6-ounce steak and whatever else. And she'd eat just a little, she had to have, not barbecue sauce, A1 sauce to put on it. Wouldn't eat it without, but she'd eat like 2 bites and save the rest for her dogs.
Yeah.
I got lucky, she would eat 3 bites. Yeah. But when we would eat Japanese food, that was different because you couldn't take anything home anyway. So she would order like soup and salad and dumplings, and then she'd order sashimi. She'd order 10 pieces of salmon sashimi, and she'd finish that. She'd order another 10 and another 10, and she couldn't get enough of that. And it was the strangest thing. And I'm like, how can you eat all of that? But she would. She just loved it, or I don't know. But then, you know, then you have the contrast of the Outback, where she'd eat 2 bites and take the rest home. And she was my movie buddy. I'm a big movie fan. I'm not a big reader or anything, but I love movies. And, you know, we used to go to 23rd Street all the time to see movies. And she's like my buddy, you know.
Remember when we go to Vinieros?
Yeah.
We will stuff ourselves with sweets. My thing is sweets, guys. Hello.
Well, you know, what happened was, remember when Dr. Moskovitz moved his office right near Venero's? I'm like, why? He was all over the place, different addresses, and all of a sudden he decides to move right next to them. So we're like,
Venieros is an Italian bakery that has a lot of goodies that you can imagine. So we will go together, and then we will sit, and then each one of us will order something different, of course, and then they come with this huge slice of cake or cookies and stuff, and then we will sit and then exchange and then just gobble ourselves with
Well, that was
sugar.
her favorite place to go for her birthday. She never
Yeah.
wanted like a big meal or anything, but she always wanted dessert. So that's where we used to
Yeah.
go for her birthday. Yeah.
Those were good memories. Those were good times, Blanche. Very good times.
And you know, and now she has no meetups anymore. And
Yeah.
you know, that was another fun thing
Mhm.
that she always had. Like you said, she always had wonderful food, and she always had treats for everybody and everybody's
Mhm.
dog.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, just like a big loss. I mean,
I remember going to Vinieros and she would be, don't you want to take some for Edgar? I'm like, no.
yeah. Yeah.
She wanted to feed Edgar too. And
It was funny because Felicia used to ask, and
Edgar
she
is
would tell Felicia no. Remember? She told Felicia, no, you can't have it.
Yeah.
Because Felicia wanted it.
Oh, I'll take it. She was like, no, that's for Edgar. we really had
Yeah.
great times with Elaine, and she, you know, I'm sure she's listening and she's smiling and she's enjoying this little remembrance time that we're having for her. I'll send you guys the link to the YouTube. I'm so bad with this, trying to share the video from YouTube. I have it there, but the last time with Felicia's memorial happened the same thing, so I apologize.
Ada, could I ask you something?
Of
Ada,
course.
Carol, how have Elaine's dogs intermingled with your group? Has anybody paired off? Like, is anybody protecting someone else? And, you know,
Oh, that sounds familiar.
like who's Tabasco hanging on
I
with now?
was before we started, I was sharing the guys. So let me just go and show you
Oh, please.
what they are doing. Right now, Milo, Milo is a character. Let me just, I'm going to switch the camera around so you guys can see the doggies, okay? So there is Milo. Milo is like, look at him. The vicious Milo. Milo, puppy, is like,
Hello.
please sleep.
Yes,
Say
it's
hello,
all
puppy.
pencil.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry
Oh,
I'm
how
bothering
cute.
you.
That's his
I
high.
just want to show.
She can have.
Oh,
What
please.
he likes, when I am in the room, because this is like my sewing room, and sorry for all the mess, but I do all the stuff, and so I sit in here and he stays in there. And usually the girls are here is Mojito.
Who's
Is
Mojito? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Little Mojito and Tabasco is
he's
there.
Tabasco.
But let me just, and Tabasco, let me just go and show you where the gang is. Okay.
Very nice place for them.
Let me turn the lights on. Of course, there's Martini.
Martini.
Look at beautiful Mandy.
Oh, look at Mandy. Oh,
Mandy, say
look.
hello, Mandy.
See that video. I want to
She's
see.
doing great.
Ah,
Oh, she looks great.
We had a scare at the beginning, but we put her in our medication and she's doing much, much better.
All
Good.
right, that's great.
And she lost weight.
Yeah,
So,
I can tell.
so she has a
Yeah.
better movement.
Is she swimming?
Wow, great.
Is she swimming?
Swimming? No. And then let's see where is
Ruby?
Of course, look where's Ruby.
Oh, wow.
Ruby always stayed on the sofa with Elaine.
Ruby is always in the, usually she goes in the tub, but she's there. She's
Oh, look at her.
Now she stays on the sofa.
Aw.
Now. So she's the same Ruby, right?
It's the same Ruby.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, yeah. The rubies.
Smile, Ruby, smile. Show them a smile. Smile, Ruby. You're on camera. Yes.
Side eye. Uh-oh.
She's smiling.
So,
You can hear us.
so they have the room of the house and they do whatever they want to do. Of course, they keep them safe. Manhattan is there.
Where's Manhattan? Oh, there.
Yeah.
Happy-
So the others probably outside. They're probably outside somewhere. So, you know, and that's
Where's Cookie?
Martini.
That's great.
Look at the kitty.
Oh, this Martini.
March.
Oh, beautiful.
Harold, Cookie's probably planning the takeover of the world.
It's
Oh yes, yes, Cookie.
that's
supported.
that's life in the nearest house. Let me just look. Let me just look for the other. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay, amoreto.
There's Cookie.
There she is.
So, they acclimated easily to each other. I mean, I thought that it was gonna be more difficult with Milo because we all know how Milo's personality is, but no, it was go ahead, Misty.
Someone's phone's ringing.
I think it's Ada's maybe.
Maybe.
Did I just see Zuba?
Yeah, Zuba is here.
They're
They're here.
There's Zuba.
So the guys are doing good. But anyway, so anyone else? Well, you all have seen the dog. Those are Elaine's. Those are the treasures. Elaine's pearls.
I heard enough. I'm very
So I'm going to try to give them a good life.
Sure you will.
You know, that's all you can do. Try to give everybody a good life and keep everybody happy. So
Thank you for
we have a
taking
good
care of them.
veterinarian.
Thank you, Ada. Thank
Yeah,
you.
we have a good
Bye,
veterinarian.
Marcia.
Thank you. Over
Thank
to you.
you.
Thank you.
Hi, Betty.
Bye.
Nice to see you.
Besitos.
Hi, everybody. Sophia, Fern, Stacy. Hi, Ada.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Oh, so cute.
Oh, look at that.
Thank you for doing it, Ada.
That's
Elaine's favorite. Oh, look.
Sister.
I'm sorry, Sophia, you said?
I just wanted to wish my deepest sympathies to her family, to her sister.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you all for being such good friends to her. And thank you for taking her dogs, Ada. It's wonderful.
Well,
See the resemblance.
it is nice. It's nice to meet you, Marcia. I'm sorry that we meet on the Discord,
Yeah,
but I'm hoping we can stay connected. And you know,
that would be nice. Yeah.
and you know, we love Elaine very much and deeply. So it's good to have someone that is going to represent for us. You know, her in
Mhm.
here.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's great. Yeah. We'll see
Thank
you in Florida or New York, maybe.
Yes,
Someday we'll travel again.
that'll be wonderful. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So anyone? Uh-huh.
I just want to tell Elaine's sister, on behalf of Wild Cornell, I want to send you my sympathy to you and your family. I
Thank
work
you
with
so
Elaine
much.
at Wild Cornell,
Thank
and I had
you.
went to one of the Halloween parties that she had, so that's how they had my email. So I let some of the people from the job know. I'm not in New York no more. I live in Pennsylvania now, but I still work with her now.
Thank you.
So on behalf of Wild Cornell, I just want to give you my sympathy.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We had a
You're
sheltie for a long time. The children grew up with
Yeah.
velvets.
Yeah.
So we love dogs also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like our third
She was
child.
like a third child. Yeah.
Well, then you know how we feel.
Yes.
It's definitely having another shot.
I keep thinking she's with Felicia arguing about different funny things.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
One of the
yeah.
funny stories.
Or
and I'm sorry,
politics.
because Zuba's on the
Or
background.
politics.
Politics. But one of the funniest
Yes.
stories was when Felicia was at her house one day. And I heard this story from Felicia and from Elaine.
Uh-huh.
Felicia used the bathroom and closed the door and got locked in the bathroom. Elaine was furious with her why she closed the door and locked the door. And Felicia's like, well, I was in the bathroom. Like I had to, at a private time, and they had to call the super to come in. It was like a whole thing. Like, just imagine.
Wow.
Imagine what's going on.
I remember that because they were calling everybody trying to figure out how to unlock Felicia from the bathroom.
And Elaine, and Felicia kept saying, but she's angry at me because I closed the door. I had to close the door to go to the bathroom.
Oh gosh,
Sweet.
yeah. Well,
That's a good way to end.
so anyone would like
Yes.
to say something else? Anyone would like to say something? What is it, Amore? My dog wants to.
Oh.
Okay. I wrote something that I found on the internet where I was searching for pictures and stuff. And then it read, goodbyes are not forever, are not the end. It simply means I'll miss you until we meet again. So peace be upon her. Thank you guys for doing this today, taking the time to, share your memories and honor her with so much love. So wherever she is, she's getting the light and peace from all of us, and she's getting all of our energy. Be okay. That's I think that's what we all want, and what we can wish the best for her. Yeah. So
Thank you, Ada.
yeah. Okay. So it's Cheryl, it's very nice to meet you too. Please stay in touch with your puppy. We cannot hear you. It's mute.
I remember when I met you, you had one. You had a real tiny little dog.
Oh, yes.
That's how long ago I met you.
Yeah. It's fake. Don't worry, it's fake.
Tequila.
Yeah, but Elaine, she was fun. I think I still had some of the souvenirs from my job, and we used to get in trouble because you wasn't supposed to be buying stuff on the job, and Elaine would come in every day with bags with stuff for us to buy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she used to bring the stuff to the job.
Oh my God.
I think I was her best customer. She must have bought about 50 pair of shoes from her.
So we had since coronavirus, and we packed up everything. I looked in one of my drawers. I still had some of the stuff I had bought from her in my drawer. Even after she retired, I still had the stuff.
I think we all have a little treasure from Elaine in our closets. Everybody has something. I probably have too many. Hi, Ellen.
Well, thanks for inviting me, and keep in touch, Ada.
Please, Cheryl, please stay in touch. It's lovely to see you. Ellen, would you like to say something or
Oh, I just want to say I really didn't know Elaine well, but I think I saw her every time there was a meetup, and she was lovely, and I will miss her, and God bless her,
Yeah.
Godspeed.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to stop by, even if it's for a minute. Stacy,
Yeah.
How about you, Stacy? You want to say something? You're okay?
Yeah, today's just been a rough day all around, and this just.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, it's one of those days. There are times when things happen that it all comes together, and sometimes that is just what it is. So, sorry, I'm a little bit more emotional than sorry, but Marcia, my true condolences to you and your family.
Oh, thank you.
Your sister was wonderful. I think she is absolutely going to be missed in this doggy community. I think, as you can tell, there's many of us who she touched in so many different ways. She brought a lot to each of us, and I think in a way that she doesn't even realize, to the extent that she touched each of us.
Well, maybe you can continue to have meetings, in her memory or something.
Absolutely.
Good,
yes. Oh yes. I'm sure that we'll have some trophies out there in memory of Elaine going on.
Yeah.
Definitely wins the Meetup of the Century Award. So
Yeah.
all of our meetups are at a different level because of the ones that
Hey, maybe when we can start doing events again, we can throw one
That's
in her
right,
honor.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
That's right.
Yeah.
That would
'cause
be
she would
nice.
she would
definitely.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
So-
Ada, are you back in New York? Ada, are
I-
you still in Florida or are you in New York now?
I'm in Florida. Yeah, I'm in Florida right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
You're very lucky.
I'll be in New York.
with the weather.
I'm
How's the
probably
weather in
stop
New
by in
York?
summer.
No. Yeah.
like our
Don't
sixth
come now.
storm of the season.
Yeah. Don't come today. Don't travel today. Not fun. Yeah.
Or anytime in the next few
Well,
weeks.
Yeah, well,
A
call
month.
call me crazy. I do miss the cold and the snow. Hey, I'm a hardcore New Yorker.
I'll trade with
I may
you.
love my home, but I
Yeah,
don't miss
you
the cold
would.
and snow when I'm away from
Yeah.
it.
I don't know. There is something about wearing boots and a furry coat that is just glamorous and fun.
We don't
Maybe
miss
it's
it
just
at all.
boots.
For about a day. Yes, it is fun for a day. Come here.
That's
Or
why you had a
Or
blizzard.
how about if we translate it to putting a nice coat on our doggies and the stroller?
Yeah. Here's little Rexy saying hi to everybody.
Oh, cute. Look. Aw.
Little goofball doggy. Rexy.
Okay. Thank you all for coming and for doing this remembrance for Elaine. I love you all. I miss you.
Love you.
And I look forward when we finally get time to get together and hug each other. So this is it for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ada.
I love you guys. I
Thanks,
love
Ada.
Bye.
Thank
you.
you.
Hi, everyone.
Everyone stay safe.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Too.
Be safe.
Besitos.
Safe. Be safe, please. Stay safe.
You too. Be safe.
Too.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Kisses to the babies.